I have been watching this show since 2015, and I can honestly say this is the most stressful, mind-boggling, and emotionally exhausting thing they have done in years. I cannot believe they actually had the WSB drag Jason Morgan away like that. I am sitting here staring at my screen, completely unable to process the fact that Jason has been extradited immediately after being taken into custody, just ripped right out of Port Charles. And the worst part? He is doing it all to protect Rocco Falconeri. I mean, I love Rocco, I really do, but Jason is throwing his entire life away, leaving Danny behind, and giving up his freedom just to take the fall for a teenager who shot Ross Cullum in the back. It is so classic Jason to fall on his sword for someone else, but it does not make it any easier to watch. And can we talk about Nathan West and Lulu Spencer for a second? Because I am losing my mind over this dynamic. Nathan is sitting there with Lulu, looking her dead in the eye, and making it crystal clear that she has to keep Rocco completely quiet. He is literally telling a mother to cover up the fact that her teenage son shot a federal agent. If Rocco confesses what really went down on Pier 55, his life is completely over. He will be thrown in some juvenile facility or worse, and his entire future will be destroyed. Lulu is an absolute emotional wreck, and honestly, who can blame her? She just found out her kid picked up a gun and shot a highly dangerous WSB director, but Nathan is vowing to do everything in his power to keep Rocco's actions under wraps. He is putting his own career as a cop on the line. He is lying to Dante Falconeri, his friend and colleague, who is literally processing Jason's arrest at the PCPD right now, without a single clue that his own son is the real shooter. The layers of deception here are absolutely insane. How long can Nathan and Lulu possibly keep this a secret? Dante is a good cop. He is going to notice when the pieces do not fit together. Jason is not a sloppy hitman. He does not just shoot a WSB agent and stand around waiting to be arrested. Dante has to know something is off, but he is completely blind to the fact that his own flesh and blood pulled the trigger. So while Jason is getting hauled off to Steinmore or wherever the WSB is taking him, Jocelyn Jax is out here gathering facts and putting the pieces together. Jocelyn hears the latest news about Jason being taken into custody and extradited, and she immediately realizes that Jason and Britt Westbourne's escape plot went completely wrong. I have to give Jocelyn some credit here. I know she can be a lot sometimes, but she is smart. She knows Ross Cullum is incredibly dangerous, and she rightly assumes that he is going to be even more of a massive threat once he awakens from his surgery. Cullum is not going to just let this go. He is going to want revenge, and he is going to want his cold fusion prototype. Because of this, Jocelyn makes a move that I never saw coming. She goes to Britt and essentially suggests a pact. A pact between Jocelyn Jax and Britt Westbourne! Am I the only one who thinks this is wild? But it actually makes perfect sense. Jocelyn points out that they both trusted Jason, and now that Jason is gone, they need to trust each other. They have to work together to bring Cullum down. Jocelyn insists it is exactly what Jason would want them to do. And she is right. Britt is frantic. She is having meltdowns at the hospital. Her Huntington's meds are smashed, and she is running out of time. She needs an ally, and Jocelyn is offering to be that ally. I am actually so here for this team-up. Two strong, stubborn women taking on a corrupt WSB director? Yes, please. But wait, because Valentine, Cassadine, and Carly are literally having the exact same idea over in Carly's attic. Valentine is still hiding out, but he is already plotting his next move. He tells Carly that he is hoping to use his highly powerful, deeply entrenched connections in Switzerland to help Jason escape once he is convicted. Valentine Cassadine, the fugitive, is offering to orchestrate a massive international prison break for Jason Morgan. I am screaming. But in the meantime, Valentine wants to work on proving that Cullum is dirty. He wants to expose Cullum's corrupt WSB activities and clear the board. Carly, being Carly, immediately questions Valentine. She asks him point blank if Jason can actually rely on him. Carly does not trust easily, especially not a Cassadine, and she knows Valentine has his own agenda with Charlotte. But Valentine offers her some seriously intense reassurance. He looks at her and says that because Jason matters to Carly, he matters to Valentine too. I mean, swoon! The chemistry between Valentine and Carly right now is off the charts. They are building this deep, complicated partnership, and Valentine is proving that he is willing to risk everything for her. Carly also ends up giving someone unsolicited advice in this episode, which is just peak Carly behavior. She cannot help herself, she always has to manage everyone else's lives, even when her own life is a complete disaster. Meanwhile, over at the PCPD, things are getting incredibly tense with Jen Sidwell. Sidwell is absolutely devastated over Marco Rios' death, and he is looking for someone to blame, and of course he immediately points the finger at Sonny Corinthos. Sidwell is blaming Sonny for Marco's attack, completely ignoring the fact that Cullum is the one who stabbed Marco to death at the law office. Sidwell is blinded by his rivalry with Sonny. Dante is standing there, listening to Sidwell rant, and Dante actually wonders out loud if there is anyone else who would go after Marco just to get to Sidwell. Dante is using his detective brain. He knows Sonny did not do this. Sonny does not just randomly stab people's kids in law offices, but Sidwell is not listening to reason. He leaves the PCPD and goes straight to Ava Jerome. He confides in Ava, pouring his heart out about his promise to Marco, and insists that he is going to make Sonny pay. Sidwell is vowing violent, bloody revenge against Sonny, and Ava is standing there, probably terrified because she knows Sonny is innocent and she knows Sidwell is a monster. Ava and Sidwell have been flirting and growing closer, but now she is seeing the dark, vengeful side of him. If Sidwell goes to war with Sonny, Port Charles is going to run red with blood. And Cullum is just sitting back, letting Sonny take the fall for his own brutal crime. It is a meticulous frame job, and it is working perfectly. This brings me to Sonny Corinthos and Rick Lansing. Sonny is no fool. He hears about Marco's demise and immediately assumes that Sidwell is going to accuse him. Sonny knows how these mob wars start, so he summons Rick Lansing for some emergency legal assistance. I love seeing Rick back in the mix, acting as Sonny's defense attorney. They have so much history, and Rick is sharp. Sonny and Rick start talking about Jason's arrest in Cullum's shooting, and Sonny immediately suspects there is way more going on. Sonny knows Jason better than anyone. He knows Jason would never be sloppy enough to get caught shooting a WSB agent in the back on a public pier. Sonny hints to Rick that he has some information that could completely change the game. He thinks Cullum is coming after him through multiple attacks, and he wants to use that to his advantage. But Rick, being the smart lawyer he is, throws up a massive red flag. Rick warns Sonny that if they prove Cullum was targeting Sonny, it will just give the police a motive for Jason. Rick points out that proving Cullum was a threat to Sonny would make Jason look like he carried out a vengeful hit on his boss's orders. It is a legal trap. If they expose Cullum's vendetta against Sonny, they accidentally seal Jason's fate as a mafia hitman acting on orders. I'm just sitting here pulling my hair out because every single character is trapped in this massive web of lies. Jason is stuck in a WSB mess, sacrificing his freedom to protect Rocco. Lulu and Nathan are hiding a massive crime from Dante. Jocelyn and Britt are forming a desperate pact to take down Cullum. Valentine and Carly are plotting international prison breaks. Sidwell is hunting Sonny for a murder he didn't commit. And Sonny is boxed in legally because defending himself means condemning Jason. The writing right now is so tight, so stressful, and so incredibly good. I don't know how they are going to write Jason out for his hiatus, but having him rot in a WSB black site while everyone else scrambles to save him is absolutely brilliant television. I just need to know what happens next.